What's up, everybody? My name is Lee. Some of you guys might know me as Intuition, and you are tuned in to Kinda Neat. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, today we have kind of, I would say, a special guest. Because, he's, relatively very unknown. No shade. He's listening in the other room. Pretty unknown, but I've known about him accidentally for a long time because he's just been following me on Twitter since he was a teenager, and he used to hit me up and ask me for advice and stuff like teenagers do. And now he's doing good, and I wanted to have him on the show to talk to him, and it's like come full circle, and it's pretty tight. But first things first, don't forget to go to patreon.com. If you're a first-time listener, I do this. This is the only advertisement I do. I just tell people, if you like the show and you've been listening as a weekly listener, go to patreon.com/kindaneat and just donate. Not donate, it's pledging. Pledge $1 per episode. So if we're on our grind, which we have not been, it'll be $4 a month. Tops, because we only do 4 episodes a month, tops, which even that we haven't been doing. So if you're not a weekly listener, you don't want to hear me talk my shit, which I'm going to do for quite a while right now, you can fast forward until you hear a beat to hear our guest Travis Thompson's conversation with me. So why haven't we been doing episodes? There are a multitude of reasons. I touch on it briefly in the conversation with Travis, guys, this shit is not making any money at all anymore. YouTube has completely demonetized out of the over 100 videos that we have, I think fewer than 20 are making any money anymore. So I would say about 3/4 of our videos have been demonetized because of the new algorithm, and it's the shit that you've been hearing every fucking YouTube person talk about how their content isn't acceptable to be monetized for advertisers or whatever. So that happened, and then that on top of the fact that, like I said, the artists make most of the money or all of the money off the video or off the songs that they have the publishing for. Their publishing companies make that money. So at this point, this has truly become a labor of love. And when I'm leading a life as an independent contractor and full-time hustler trying to make money, the things that pay the rent unfortunately have to come first. And sometimes that takes up enough time to where I don't really have the time or the motivation to come do these episodes, which is a problem. I recognize that. And really in the last couple months, I was talking with Ben realistically about if we even wanted to keep doing it, unfortunately. We had some meetings with some people that were a little disheartening for me, and just, I don't know, I've been wondering if this is something that really has a future or if it's something that has been worth the time. I've loved it while I've had it, and I'm not speaking about it in past tense on purpose. I'm trying to get back into it, and I have a few more guests lined up. So I don't know, man. It's been difficult, and so I just needed to take a little break from it. So I took about a 2-month break from doing episodes, and it felt good, and now I'm feeling a little more recharged. And hopefully I can get back into the swing of things and find some other way to monetize it, or at least find ways that this helps me get other work in the future. We shall see. That was a little inside baseball for you guys, but the people that do listen to these intros, I know you guys appreciate the honesty and openness, I hope. And so that was some really honest, open shit. The older I get, the harder it gets to talk to people that are so much fucking younger than me. And the older I get, the less sense it makes in doing stuff quote unquote for the love. That's just a reality of doing stuff for a long time. You put in the work, and eventually you want that work to pay off. So anyway, the fact of the matter is this is the second week in a row that we've had an episode. So obviously I'm still doing it, and it's still kicking. So another reason that I have not done an episode, and this is the bigger news and maybe the happier news, I got a new place. I moved. I fucking found a house with my girl. My girl and I are moving in. The one that I mentioned to you guys last year, we're still together, and it's going fantastic, and I'm deeply in love with her, and I'm so happy. And I don't know, I feel like both of us are just really good for each other. And so we found a place together, and then the next step is I'm gonna end up proposing to her, and then eventually we're gonna have kids and shit. So that's the path that I'm on right now. I moved in, and it's great. And I have a crazy story about how I found it. So So she and I have been looking kind of casually for places for like pretty much a long time, like probably 6 months or something, like just kind of casually looking, but waiting until it was more of the right time for us to move, because she doesn't work in LA. She works in Temecula right now. And so it would be a long commute, but her office does have an LA location. So we've been kind of waiting for the right time to get her up here, and the time had begun to come. So we started taking it more serious in looking for places around September. Like in September, we started like really looking, and it's because we found this one place that kind of fit a lot of our boxes, I guess, like checked off a lot of our boxes, because we didn't want to live in an apartment. We wanted a house. We wanted 2 bedrooms because I need a place for not only do I need a place to have an office, but I need a place for like my brother or my mom to come down and visit my dad, and someplace for them to stay. And we wanted a yard, we wanted parking that wasn't on the street. We wanted a quiet neighborhood. We want all these shits that are like really hard to find in LA, right? So we found this duplex that had one shared wall with another unit, and we went there and loved it. And it was this beautiful property in Eagle Rock, or no, actually it was Highland Park, a little regional specific, but we've been wanting to move to the Northeast side because, like, it's, in our opinion, one of the most beautiful areas of Los Angeles. And for me, it's relatively close to the studio. So hopefully now that I'm closer to the studio, I'll do more episodes, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, we applied to this duplex and we got accepted. But it was kind of a runaround, which is a long story in and of itself that I don't want to get into. But like, as it was getting to crunch time and I was kind of trying to figure out, like, do these people seem like good landlords, and like, will this be the place that we want to live at? And after like 4 days of no communication with them and thinking like maybe we didn't get it, then they hit me to let us know that we had it, but not before I had already given up hope that we were getting it. And I found this other place in Eagle Rock, which is a little farther north of Highland Park, and is a neighborhood that my girl and I both adore. We love Eagle Rock, and we've wanted to live in Eagle Rock the whole time that we've known each other. So that morning, when I had given up hope on the duplex, I see this listing, and it's for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in Eagle Rock. That's a bungalow built in 1924. It's a craftsman home that's like all wood floors, old plaster walls. It doesn't have any shared walls. It's its own standalone house. It has a front yard and a backyard. It's got off-street parking. It's got all the things that we wanted. You know what I mean? It checked off every single box. It had air conditioning, which is crazy, like ceiling fans in every room to save money on air conditioning. I mean, it's just like, for us at this moment in time, the dream place that we wanted to live. Because I've been living in Culver City for 7 years, and I've lived on a street that's right next to a fucking fire department. And if every time I'm on the phone, I have to say, hold on, because there's sirens going by. I live next door to fucking crackheads. I mean, I hate to say crackheads. I live next door to people that have become problematic drug users, and it wasn't actually crack. That's like such a stupid catch-all, and I feel bad for just saying that. But the point is like, this older dude that moved in next to me is letting like really bad shit happen with this lady, and she's a drug addict, and I see her walking around like a zombie at 3 a.m. and she's inviting all these other vagrants up to the house all the time, and it just became a real mess at this apartment in the last couple of years. And so, I don't know. So we found this place, right? And I call and leave the guy a message, because the very first sentence of the listing was, "No pets, please." So I just called and left a voicemail, and I said, "Hey, my name's Lee. This is my phone number, and I saw your listing, and I just wanted to know about that very first sentence. It says, 'No pets, please.' And my girlfriend and I do have a dog, but she's a very good dog. She's a good girl. And if there's any wiggle room on that, feel free to call me back and let me know. If there's no wiggle room and it's definitely no pets, I'm sorry to have wasted your time. Don't even worry about calling back." And within about 5 minutes, the guy calls back and he goes, "Hi, Lee." He's like, "Your voicemail was just so professional sounding. I've never heard a voicemail that good about one of these listings." He's like, you wouldn't believe some of the calls that we get from people, like this, that, and the other. And, I really would like you to go check out the place." And he's like, "I actually think that dog owners make for better tenants because they're more responsible. And I think like the homeowner, I can talk her into that." I was like, "All right, cool." So I go over to the place and look at it, and it's fucking sick. I love it, right? It's everything that we've been looking for, like I said. And right around the time that I'm about to go leave and look at it, that's when the duplex calls me back and says, hey, you guys got it. And if you want it, I'm going to send you an email and just say that, like, yeah, you're down with all these terms, and then it's yours. Right. And so I said, well, okay, cool. Let me call my girl and see if this is what we finally want to do. Just give me a couple minutes. And so that's when I go look at the place, and I love it. And I talked to the realtor again, and he's like, oh man, I'm glad you like it. I haven't even been inside. I was only able to look like through the windows at this spot, but I just had a gut feeling that this was the one, you know? So I call him and I said, yeah, I want to apply. And he's like, cool, I'm going to send you some applications. I really like you, and I want you to get this place. And we have some other applications in, but I'm going to just try to push yours forward. And I said, all right, cool. At that point, he told me he's going to send it in like a half an hour. Then a half an hour rolls by, he doesn't send it. Then an hour rolls by, he doesn't send it. Then all of a sudden, it's like 7 o'clock at night, and he hasn't sent it. And so I'm like, hey, you know, I just wanted to like check in. I'm sitting at my computer ready to fill out these applications. Just let me know. And he was like, hey, you know, I have bad news. The homeowner's a little overwhelmed by the amount of applications, and I don't think she wants to take anymore. And I said, look, man, that's fine. I was like, you know, I wasn't trying to get my hopes up about this place, but I'll tell you what, if you just at least send me these applications, like, we'll fill them out. And then if it doesn't work out with the other applications that you guys have in, let me know, and I'll have them ready to like send. I'll have a drafted email ready to pull the trigger on when you guys need another application. And he was like, okay, cool. You know, that's fine. And he's like, and then about an hour later, he emails me them and says, here they are. Like, if you want to risk it or gamble it, you know, you can send $60 to do the background checks and the credit checks, or, you know, you can just like, you can do it yourself and prove your credit score or whatever, like show your FICO score. And then that way you don't waste any money. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I went into fucking straight grind mode, and I already had all this information pulled aside for the last place that we got accepted into. So I made this banging PDF document with like, I put, you know, our applications, and then I put our FICO scores and like proof of bank accounts, proof of gainful employment, fucking copies of our IDs so they could see that we're real people, and all this stuff, right? And then to like tie it up in a bow, the last page of the PDF, I put our family. That was the title of the page. And it was just pictures of me and my girl and our dog doing various activities together, looking fucking adorable and beautiful like we are. And that was the final page. And then I attached that to an email where I just like really fucking let loose, because I was like really wanting this place and I was emotional about it. You know, I just told him, look, this is the dream place that we want right now. It checks off every one of our boxes, and I explained all those boxes. And then I told him about us. I said, you know, we're a very heady couple. We're intellectuals and passionate about politics and traveling and food and da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, and I talk about how in love with each other we are and this and that and the other. And then I say, you know, the reason that we really want this house or this second bedroom is because my father has Alzheimer's, and, you know, my family comes down frequently to visit, and they currently don't have a place close enough to stay. And I was like, it would just be, you know, helpful to have some place like this with close access to where he's staying, et cetera, et cetera. It was just a very open, honest, and well thought out email that I sent. So I just sent it over, you know, didn't send any money, just like sent over that. And we just crossed our fingers and didn't really think that we'd hear from it. My girl and I were texting the whole time, and I was kind of like, look, like, don't get excited. Like, we're not going to get this. You know, it's not going to happen. The next morning at 9 a.m., I get a call from the realtor, and he's like, hey, Lee, I got good news and bad news. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, the good news is the homeowner really loved the PDF presentation, and you made her like cry a little bit, and she really likes you. And the bad news is she wants me to come up today from Palm Springs and show you the property and have you sign a contract. And I was like, that's fucking amazing. So on this like Hail Mary bomb that we threw for this place, it just worked. And I think if there's any, you know, moral to take away from that, it's like, yo, if you really want something, go that extra mile, and it might work out. So, I mean, you know, basically she saw that and ignored all the other applications, I guess, and we ended up in the home. It's the perfect price point that we wanted. It checks off every box that we wanted. And so I've moved in. I've been moving the last couple of weeks, and have been sleeping there now. And it's just crazy. Like, I've been staying in a fucking studio apartment for so long that I feel like I just got out of jail or something, like a jail cell, and I walk around this house and it feels so big. And it's not a huge house, don't get me wrong. It's not like some fucking mansion. It's an old 1920s bungalow. It's 2 beds, 1 bath. It's not huge. But for me, like, the living room of the new place is as big as my old apartment. And then we have a fucking dining room and a huge kitchen that's going to be amazing to cook in, and an office and a master bedroom. And I'm just like so stoked. I'm like really ecstatic about it. And I feel like I just entered a new like chapter of my life. Like, you know, you start to have these chapters of life where things change and you can look back and go, oh yeah, that year, that's when this changed, or this year, that's when that changed. So yeah, man. So I'm stoked. I moved. And that's why I've been really busy too, trying to balance that. And then, you know, for those of you guys that are interested in the dad stuff, like Barry's doing really good. I posted about this on Instagram, so if you follow that, you might have already seen this. But, you know, he's like in a good place right now. Like what Alzheimer's tends to do is kind of like plateau for a while, and they're in the same kind of like zone for months or a year, and then there's usually one of those chapters where like it drastically changes and gets worse, and then they plateau there for a while. And so, you know, when we were moving him down, that was kind of one of the drops where it was like, oh shit, I don't know, like something needs to change because we can't care for him anymore. And now that he's been in his mental care or his memory care facility for like 4 months, he's like pretty even keel now, and I've got a good routine going with him where he's really trusting of me and lets me, like I said, he lets me like barber him pretty much every time that I go. And now he's back to a point where he's enjoying having headphones on, because for a while he like fucking for a while he loved music, loved having headphones on and shit, and then for a while he started resisting that and didn't want headphones on. He would just be like, nope, I don't want it, and, you know, like nope. And if you put them on his head, he would take them off. And the last time I went, I put headphones on him, and he like was dancing and trying to sing and walking around in the hallway with me like giddy, and it was like really moving. But also my mom was down here visiting and seeing. Man, the first day that I went with her, his fucking face lit up like you wouldn't believe it. And, you know, people ask these questions like, oh, does he know who you are? Or does he know who your mom is or whatever? And here's the thing, is like, I do know that he knows us. He doesn't know our names. He hasn't said my name in probably 3 years, unless like coerced into saying it. So he doesn't know my name, but I think that he recognizes that he recognizes me. Like he understands by the vibe I give off, and by like he just understands. Like I don't think he knows or is able to comprehend like, oh, this is my son, but he like knows that I'm supposed to be around him. But I'll tell you this, when my mom showed up, his fucking face lit up and he said, I know you. And a 3-word sentence for him at this point is like a lot. Like that, it was like when people talk about these moments of cognizance or these moments of lucidity where people snap out of it, that's the closest that he actually gets, is like if he can get out a 3-word sentence, that's like that's his moment of lucidity. It's not like in the movies where they snap out and it's like, oh, Karen, there you are. Remember that time in 1972 we went to a Crosby, Stills and Nash concert? Like that's not how it works, because most of the time he's like speaking literal gibberish. When he has a moment of like lucidity, it's when he can string together like, I know you, or I didn't do that. Like 3-word sentences, that's a big deal for him. And so he saw her and he was like, I know you. And that whole day they were walking around, he was smiling and laughing so much. That was like the happiest that I've seen him since I've been down there. It was very moving. It was very sad. It was like bittersweet. It was very happy and sad at the same time. It was beautiful. It was really fucking beautiful. And so, yeah, I mean, he's doing good. And so I'm real happy. And I met some really cool people last time I was there too, like some people my age that have been going through the same thing, which was also very moving. I don't know, like this whole experience with my dad has been panning out different than I thought it would, in a very good way, because I really thought I've had a lot of bitterness towards my father for a long time. We didn't talk as an adult before, or like when I was an adult and he was before he got sick, like we didn't talk a lot. You know, and then he got sick and I didn't know how to feel about it, because like we already didn't really have much of a relationship. And I don't know. So I've always had this weird kind of like don't know how to feel about the whole thing. And I know everybody thinks that I'm like some good dude about like being there for him or whatever, but it's all outward bullshit. Like I'm doing the stuff I'm supposed to do to be a quote unquote good son, but internally I've always had mixed emotions about everything, you know, like it's just natural human nature. And I don't know, something about the last few months where I've been visiting him every week and like and like really helping care for him and stuff. It's like, it's become this sort of catharsis that I wouldn't have expected. And I feel like whether or not he recognizes it, like it's helping me get through whatever issues with him I had. And, I still get little glimpses of his personality, at least. Like he's still he's still funny. He's still kind of funny. Like you can see him trying to fucking vocalize a joke, or you can see him trying to fuck with somebody to like make them laugh, and, he's still helpful. The other day I was there, the funniest thing happened. I hear help from some room, and I go into the room and I see there's one guy, old fella, laying on the bed, and then there's another old fella kind of on top of him, like his knees are on the ground, but he's leaned over on the guy's stomach, and neither of them are super communicative, but the one guy's able to get out help, and the other guy is not able to vocalize anything. He's no longer verbal, and I'm going, hey, I'm like what's going on, and he's like help, and I go over to the guy on the ground and I say, hey, I'm going to try to pick you up. And the guy's like, yeah. And so I like get under the guy's armpits, and I'm thinking that he's going to be able to stand. So I get under him, and in a deadlift position, like knees squatted. I'm like, this is what you've been going to the gym for, bro. And I fucking get under him, I lift him up, just deadlift. And he's like a limp noodle. And I'm thinking like once I get him up that he's going to be able to stand on his own 2 feet. And then I realize like, oh shit, he can't stand, and I see a wheelchair behind me, and I go, fuck, this is, and so I like had to like kind of lift like a fireman and carry him back to his thing and put him in the chair. But before I even started putting him in the chair, my dad somehow kicked into like his old medic background in the Air Force or something, and was like, okay, I gotcha, which was like crazy. He's like trying to help. He's like, here, and like puts his hands out. And the fucking guy grabs his wrists, but my dad's like very sensitive to pain right now. That's like some part of his disease for some reason, is like he like touching him hurts. And the guy grabs his wrist and probably squeezes hard, and my guy goes, oh shit, which is also like pretty cognizant for him. He cusses. And I'm going, okay, Hater, let him. I'm like, Dad, go out. I'm like trying to balance 3 people with Alzheimer's. I'm going, Dad, go outside. And the room is dark, which makes everybody more confused. Like look up Sundowners. And so finally I get the guy to let go, and then I get him in the wheelchair. Right after I get him in the wheelchair, thinking like that his legs are inactive, he fucking stands up. He stands up and starts walking right back to where he was. And I was like, you got me, and I go, hey, wait, is this your walker? And I give him a walker. So my point is like seeing my dad snap into a helpful mode. It's like you still get these glimpses of him, which is like really crazy to me. And that's more of like along the lines of what it means when somebody has these moments of cognizance that they talk about in movies that get romanticized, So anyway, that's it. I've been moving. I've been uninspired with Kinda Neat, but I'm feeling better. I have been visiting my dad weekly, and it's going surprisingly well. And that is the summary of what I've been going through. Yeah. Life's cool. Life is cool right now. I really fucking am down with life right now. I've been too busy to be depressed, and that's good. So I hope you guys are feeling good too. And I have a good feel-good story, because our guest today, Travis Thompson, is a young man from Seattle who's on tour with Macklemore. He just got like pulled out of the depths of the local Seattle rap scene. He fucks with some of our former guests. He's cool with Saul, who you guys know. He fucks with Dave B, who you guys know. He's actually on the album Gemini, Macklemore's new record, on a song with Dave B, who is one of our guests from this year. So, I always, you guys, if you listen for a long time, like I have a soft spot in my heart for the Seattle scene, just because it's interesting to see such a microcosm of rap, and also of a community of such supportive people. Like the fans there support local artists, which is something that in Los Angeles you don't experience most of the time, so it's really interesting to see. And I had a good time talking to him, because the other thing that we talked about is like, he, in his words, not mine, I was one of his early influences, and that's crazy to me. So I wanted to like touch on that, because I thought it would be interesting and flattering. It's nice to be flattered sometimes, on this show I talk a lot about validation, and that's a fucking wonderful validation to get, So anyway, without further ado, that was my long ass intro, because I've been going through a lot of stuff, and here is my conversation with Seattle's very own Travis Thompson. So here you are in Los Angeles. Is this your first time in LA?
Second time. Well, it's like my fourth time in LA, but my second time playing LA. I played the Echo with Dave.
Oh, with Dave
a few months ago, on his little spring tour thing.
Were you here when he did Kinda Neat then?
I was here, yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, my bad. I didn't even know about your music then.
No, you're good, dog. Nobody did.
Right.
Nobody does.
That's tight. So you and Dave are friends.
Yeah.
I clearly milk the Seattle scene for all it's worth. I've had all the rappers from Seattle and Tacoma on the show.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cool. And I fuck with ETC, etc.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Tacoma.
Yeah, Tacoma. Seattle, you guys are nice people. Very nice people.
Hell yeah.
Is that where you're from?
I moved to Seattle from Dutch Harbor, Alaska when I was 7.
You were from Alaska?
When I was 7, you know what I'm saying? So but I remember a lot of Alaska, but it was like Dutch Harbor, so it was
your dad's like a fisher or what?
My mom and dad ran the galley where the fishermen would eat.
No shit.
So when I was like the baby running around like a fisherman's galley and shit.
No shit. Yeah. Dutch Harbor. When I went to UAF for 1 year after high school, I think I met people
from Dutch
Harbor.
Yeah.
It's like southeast or what?
Yeah, like super down on the islands or whatever and shit. And it's so boring. It's just a fisherman's thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, my parents had to get us out of there.
Smells like the ocean.
Smells like fish. Playgrounds are shitty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and chilling. It's just a fisherman's town.
How did they end up in Dutch Harbor?
I don't know. They're from Seattle, so my parents are from Seattle, and my dad is from the Navajo Res down in Arizona.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they met in Seattle. They're both chefs. They're both cooks. They met in a hotel. They worked at a hotel in Seattle, and my mom got a job up in running the galley up in Dutch Harbor because she's connected to food people and shit.
The galley is like the cafeteria.
It's basically the cafeteria of when fishermen would come in and would dock, they'd come to the galley to get food, and she ran that whole shit.
No shit.
Yeah.
So your parents are good cooks?
My parents are fire cooks.
That's tight.
Fire cooks.
That's really tight. So you grew up with I
grew up with homies trying to come over to my house. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom, everyone was keyed and everyone was trying to eat my mom's food.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's her best dish?
Okay, so I just turned 21 on my 21st birthday. Every year I have my birthday. Every year I have her make my favorite thing, and it's she makes lobster mac and cheese with just regular barbecue chicken, and it's just so fire.
That's tight.
But she's probably gonna get offended when she hears this because there's so many other things she can make that I'm just not giving her shine for.
Right.
But the lobster mac and cheese is hitting on something else, dog.
That's tight. She's how dare you not shout out my foie gras pate?
Exactly. You feel me? She's like that. Yeah, she's one of those people who she's she really thinks she can cook anything.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So is age 7 when you get to Seattle, is that where most of your memories kind of start?
Yeah, I have I have bits and pieces of Alaska, you know what I'm saying, boats and
Dutch Harbor and Seattle probably not that different inherently other than size. It's climate wise, I guess is what I mean.
It's a lot cold. It's a little bit colder in Dutch Harbor, but
really?
Yeah. But for the most part, when I got to Seattle at 7 was when things started clicking.
What kind of what's the neighborhood like in Seattle that you're from? What part of Seattle are you?
I'm from Burien, White Center area, so it's southwest. It's just south of West Seattle.
Okay.
So 5 minutes from the city. So it's a lot of Mexican kids. That's basically what my school was 60% Latino.
No shit.
Yeah. And then and then white, and then a hella Vietnamese kids and Asian kids, and then some black kids and shit.
Yeah, right.
So I grew up around hella Mexican kids.
So your dad is from the res in Arizona?
My dad is full blood Navajo from the res.
Full blood Navajo.
Yeah, man.
That seems kind of rare, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Only a few thousand people speak the language now and shit.
Oh, he speaks?
He don't speak it, but my grandma does when the family comes through. It's Navajo at the house and shit.
No shit, that's tight. Dog. Do you go down to the res and visit?
What's it called? Every chance I can. We were just there. I think a year and a half ago was the last time, but they come up a lot more than we do because it's more fun in Seattle.
Yeah.
So they the family will drive up in the van and they come stay at my house, 15 people and shit. It's so lit.
So since you're half Navajo, does that mean you get free education in Oklahoma if you want or something like that?
I have never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
One of my friends was full Native American and he moved to Oklahoma because he got free college.
There's definitely some benefits you get. There's scholarships and shit, but that shit is still
I mean, quote unquote benefits because
because
genocide. So it's like
you feel me?
Benefits
Real
don't
shit.
really pay
Real
off
shit.
the history.
Yeah.
So,
But,
that's dark.
There's definitely some applications you can finesse though.
Right. So what's your mom then?
My mom is white,
okay.
German, Irish, or whatever.
Half Navajo and half white. I would have just thought that you were Mexican.
Yeah, exactly. People in Seattle either think I'm white or they're just I don't know what it is. Not quite. I look not quite either.
You maybe Italian. People would be like, "Oh, are you Italian?"
Yeah. No, but but usually I run with other Mexicans, so people just assume that I'm Mexican.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, best food on the planet, anyhow. Oh. So, what did you do as a kid growing up?
I started skateboarding at 11, and that's when I played sports and shit until then, but that was just kid shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I turned 11 is when I started skateboarding, and that's when my life went downhill. You know what I'm saying?
How so?
But just you know what I'm saying? I went to the skate park, and I was a pretty sheltered kid. I was.
Are you an only child?
No, I have a big sister, but she's 6. She's 6 years older than I am. So it's
basically you guys. Are
she
both
was off doing older shit, and
I
was by myself or with homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started skateboarding when I was 11, and that's when I got into rap music and started doing
because of
all the bad
Tony Hawk skate.
No, because I went to the skate park and I was slapping of course I slapped Eminem and other people and shit. But then I got to the skate park and I was still slapping Green Day and Good Charlotte, and everyone's this shit is gay as fuck. What are you doing? I was really getting made fun of and shit. What are you doing? You can't slap this shit. And then that's how I got into you and shit. That's how motherfuckers were you gotta listen to Dumbfounded.
What?
I swear to God, bro, I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to kiss your ass or nothing. I swear to God. And that's how I got put on to all this rap shit.
That's so funny.
At 11,
that's what a weird gateway into rap.
Exactly.
It's our little obscure Los Angeles scene.
I swear to God.
My
homies were putting me on.
Really? How did they find out about Dumbfounded?
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. That when the kick. I remember the kick going viral. Remember that shit?
Yeah, 2010. I remember that
dog.
for certain.
Shit like that.
That's so funny.
The Knock Steady shit. We were slapping Knock Steady shit. That's how we came up. That's how we learned about people and shit.
It's how that had to be older than 11. You must have been.
Yeah, I was a little bit older, but
13, 14.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard legends of Knock Steady being influential, but I've never met someone that directly watched it that then has gone on to really get into music and starting to achieve some level of success. So that's tight.
Man. Yeah, it's a different time. This is gonna sound like a major kiss, but I grow up on different shit. So this is my flex. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I grow up on different shit. So this is how I found out about music. So it's tight.
Right? Yeah. It came full circle.
Exactly. Dead ass for real.
There was someone else that was recently on the show that said that too. That they always wanted to do one of the videos and then doing it was the flex. And I can't remember
because I used to send you emails from my podcast and shit when I was 15 running a podcast in Seattle. So I'm here now, dog.
Yeah, and I apologize if I never responded to the emails.
You good, Cuddy.
I'm an asshole.
You good.
So you're 11 and you start skating. Did you get good at it?
Yeah, I mean, I was never
obsessive?
Super filthy, but that's all I did.
Yeah.
So I was good enough to run with decent skaters. And, you know what I'm saying? All my homies were that's how I got into all the bad shit because I was 11 hanging out with 16, 17-year-olds.
Was it more
every day.
Park shit or were you guys cruising on streets or what was it?
We had a local skate park, the Burgeoning skate park, because we were at every single day, but what's it called? Once I turned 12, 13, we were busting it to Seattle every day.
Yeah. And so were you getting into bad shit as a 13? Were you already I hang with the skaters and now I fucking drink 40s and smoke blunts?
Yeah, that's literally exactly how it goes.
Yeah.
Dudes that, because I wanted to drink a 40. I seen all of them drinking 40s. I remember seeing someone hit a pipe for the first time thinking that shit was the scariest shit ever.
Yeah.
And but eventually I got into that. And then they get you in hot shit. Certain dudes you run with get you in hot shit. And then they let I was the youngest kid of the crew always, so if they needed someone to hold something that was super hot, it would be on me,
right?
Because I'm the least
So watch out for Travis because he's got the burner on him.
I never had to hold no burner. I ain't gonna fake pump fake like that. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they would make you keister the heroin. No, I'm just.
Shit like that, yeah. I was taking black tar up the butt and shit.
Oh god,
no,
that's funny.
No, but I
get it. You're the one who would hold the fucking weed in his sock or whatever.
Weed, or if we hit a lick or something, shit like that.
Yeah, or you're the smallest, cutest one, so you
exactly.
go.
And I wore
a
bright blue helmet with stickers on it and shit. So police were never really pressing me.
Right. So that's tight. What was your best trick? What'd you get good at,
bro? I don't know. I used to do super like board slide 50-50, so it was like super technical, so like super tech shit on all the different things. But I was never crazy filthy. I was just like good enough to run with everybody.
You still skate?
I was there. Not really. I skate like every few months, you know what I'm saying? Like when I can. But like now I'm fully on this like rap shit, so it's like, and I'm a big boy now, so it's like hard. And I got back problems already.
How did you get back problems?
Bro, when I was 15, I was fucking like doing a tray flip on flat, and I like slipped a disc, but I was a dumb kid, so I didn't go to the doctor for that shit. If you slip a disc, go to the doctor. But I didn't, and that shit grew into my spine. So like in the next like 10 years, I'm finna have to have back surgery, dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But sound life advice, if you slip a disc,
if you slip a disc, go to the fucking, if your back hurts, go to the doctor, dog.
The more you know.
Yeah.
So how did you do in school, Travis?
I mean, I was good up until like high school. I was like, my mom was like pressing me, and I was like getting straight A's in middle school and shit. But then like high school happens, and like girls and weed and skateboarding, and it's just like, I don't know.
Were you a popular kid? You strike me as a good talker. I feel like you'd be popular.
Well, I ran with all the popular people, but I wasn't fucking with nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how so?
Like, I ran with all the people that, like, people would consider popular, but, like, I was on my own shit. Like, I was, like, I would, like, skip school half the time to go skate. Like, it was just, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I didn't go to a very big school either, so, like, everyone felt like they were popular. Maybe, like, 1,000 kids.
I mean, that's not a small school either.
Oh, shit.
My high school had 400 kids.
Damn,
total,
son.
Yeah.
So you knew everybody well.
Yeah. Well, and being from a small school, like all the stuff about like the movie tropes about the different groups of like jocks and nerds and all that stuff didn't really make sense at a school that small.
Exactly.
Like, it didn't exist.
And that's what, like, my high school was like the same, like 60% Latino, so it never felt like the jocks ran shit. It felt like everybody was doing their own thing.
Right. And when it is that small, I feel like maybe you have to watch your P's and Q's a little more and get along with everybody so as not to be deemed an asshole. You know what I mean? So you start to learn to, like, be a chameleon in a sense.
Exactly. I ran with everybody. Because I could, like, talk my way into different things. So, like, I got to run with a lot of different people because I would just, like, crack jokes and shit and talk my way into things.
Yeah. And you know, you had the universal conversation starter in Dumbfounded as well.
Exactly.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Have you guys heard of this Korean rapper? No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. That's hella funny.
Yeah. One thing that I found out at an early age is that, like, girls don't really care about underground rap.
At all, bro. At all, bro. My girl does. That's why, like, I fuck with her hella. Yeah. My girl does. She like actually is interested in trying to find out about new artists, and it's hella refreshing.
Really? That's like, who's she into?
She was really early on Brockhampton with me. You fuck with Brockhampton? Yeah,
they're cool. I like Brockhampton. I haven't delved into their stuff quite enough. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, I really was fucking with that song Tokyo on their last project. Like, I like that song a lot. Yeah,
like Brockhampton, Daniel Caesar. Like,
I like Daniel Caesar.
Exactly, like shit like that.
Yeah, I tried to reach out to him for this, but I think I was too late because he's already like mad famous.
Yeah, he's popping now. Man.
Yeah. That's cool. So you guys have a common interest in underground music or new music.
That's my homegirl.
Yeah. That's tight. So tell me about, like, starting to rap then, I guess, because you're so young. It's like we can get through life really fast.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
What's it called? I've been writing stories. I was writing stories and shit in 4th and 5th grade, like just writing like horror stories and turning them into the teacher and shit, just because like I didn't know what to do with them. Like I wanted to show somebody. Yeah. So I would like always be writing and shit, and that's why teachers always said I promised, but like I was like lazy as hell and like.
What got you into horror stories? Like scary stories to tell in the dark?
Bro, how'd you fucking know?
I love that.
Those
shit
were
when I
so
was
lit
a kid.
to get from the library. Oh my god.
I'll tell you a funny story about me being a nerd, but keep telling me about your writing.
Yeah, just like writing stories.
So how'd you find
shit.
Those books?
Just library shit. Like school library shit.
Like the covers of those scary stories to tell in the dark were terrifying.
Fire.
They're so scary looking.
Like intriguing though. Like dead ass. Like you wanted to check those out. Those were always checked out when you tried to go to the library.
I mean, because those have been around obviously since even before I was a kid. So I would see those in the library and go like, how as a 4th grader, how am I like allowed to check this out? This looks like graphic, you know what I'm saying? Like the skulls and shit. Like,
and like the stories were graphic as hell too. Yeah. But that shit was lit. So like I used to just write stories, and then like around like 6th grade, I wrote like my first rap over like a Lil Wayne beat. And then
which one?
I think it was
Fire.
I want to say like, what's the Wash My Shoes beat?
I don't know.
From No Ceilings, and something off No Ceilings came out, and it was I was like, oh shit, I have to rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like, and then from that, I was just writing over hella Lil Wayne beats and like all through middle school, but not showing nobody because like you know what I look like. You know what I'm saying? Imagine me in 7th grade.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't look tight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think I was cool enough to rap and shit.
Yeah.
So like I was just writing raps on my like by myself all through like 7th to like 9th grade, and then
Were they good?
Nah, dog. Nah,
Right.
Nah. I could flow. That's what set me apart from other kids. Like,
Yeah.
kids
You had
could
an
write
inherent rhythm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I knew how to flow a lot better than people
Yeah.
did. But like,
Well, because similarly,
my bars weren't very.
even with our like 15-year age difference, like my story is similar, where I was like very book heavy reader as a kid.
Exactly.
I used to write poetry and short stories as a third and fourth grade.
Same.
But the thing that I found out about myself is that I had a great memorization and I could imitate. And so
Yeah.
when I listened to a Snoop Dogg album, I could memorize the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the difference between my friends and I was that I could do it all on beat and sound like him doing it, and they couldn't do that.
Exactly.
And that's what made me think, like,
Maybe I got something.
maybe this is different for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, so wait, let me tell you the story about the scary stories.
Okay, bet, yeah.
So when I was in 7th grade, we used to have this creepy teacher, and I can't remember his name. I don't want to put him on blast anyway, but the rumor was that he used to sit on the same toilet every day during his lunch break.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was just a wives' tale that had gone through the generations, but supposedly he had been super glued to the seat at one point, and
shit.
also someone had saran wrapped the toilet at one point. So if he was shitting, then it like all got stuck on the saran wrap. I don't know if those are true or not, but he was weird. He was very weird. He was creepy. He had chimo vibes, kind of.
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, his 7th grade writing class, he would have people submit stories, or like you had to write a story every month or something, and then like the best ones would get gathered and put into like a book at the end of the year that was like, oh, this is the Link's like stories, and it's like the best of the year, right? And so
Like a zine, like a collection.
kind of, yeah. So that year, every one of my stories that I wrote got put in that book, right?
Hey,
But so I was like, I was out
You
there.
were published, dog.
Right. I was, exactly. I was like, he was like, you're so talented, whatever. So that was nice. Maybe he was grooming me. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's dark. I was reading one of the ones from the year before, right?
Yeah.
And I was reading through it, and I was like, I recognize this story. I'm like, wait, I've read this. And it turns out a dude that was a year older than me that I knew had plagiarized word for word one of the stories in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Fucked.
Right. But I was such a snitch and a nerd that I was like, yo, Mr. Whatever. I'm like, this story is just, and I went to the library and like proved it. I like brought the book.
Damn, you can't let your homie shine, dog.
I know.
You can't let your homie shine.
And to this day, I'm very embarrassed
shit.
that I felt the need to like snitch on him for
That's so
plagiarizing.
funny. But you were proud of your shit. That's why.
I felt like, yo, this is
like I earned my spot.
As much work as I put into this. Like, you're telling me the previous generations are getting in by plagiarizing. I'm like, this like invalidates my work.
Shit,
So
you were hot.
I was very proud. I was proud of my writing.
That's hella funny.
So that's the story of
That's
that.
hella funny.
But yeah, okay. So you start writing raps by yourself.
Yeah, just writing raps, just like alone, just like not showing
What were they
nobody.
about at that age? Do you remember?
Just how fire I was at rapping.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you're always like battling the hypothetical you. Like,
Yep.
your bars are whack, my bars are tight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just like very self-deprecating from the jump. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
jokes
Because I
about-
had to like, that's how I got out of ass beatings and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Being able to like talk my way and like clown myself and like, you already know how.
Yeah, the fat kid.
Exactly, bro.
I didn't mean to say that.
Bro,
I meant,
you ain't got it. That's none
yeah.
of that offends me,
like,
dog.
But no, like, okay,
My life is fire. You can call me fat.
I was the runt, right? So like, I know
Okay.
I'm like a big fella now, but as a kid, I was the smallest of my friend group. So out of being the weakling, I got good at telling jokes.
Exactly.
To get out of getting my ass
bro.
beat.
And that's why like none of this like people will comment shit and there's nothing you can say about me that like hasn't been roasted before when I was
Right.
growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how like basically that's how I get myself like through things. Like I was the fat kid, but I ran with people and like come for me because I'll roast your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, exactly.
I mean, I very specifically remember an incident in 4th grade walking home where these two kids were like saying, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat your ass. And I just kept talking to them and making them laugh. And I would say this and I'd be like, oh, well, you're a hypocrite because you said this. And like his one friend, and I pitted the two friends against each other. And by the end of the time, I was like, see what I did? Now you guys hate each other and you don't want to fight me, you idiots.
Exactly.
Like,
real shit.
Yeah.
But things like that for real. And then I was just like, that's what I would rap about, like being just a kid from Seattle, like a hella like skateboard raps, just things like that. And then
how would you get to the actual city? Would you guys just ride bikes? Would you take a bus? What would you
bus,
do?
like the 120 bus would take. It was like a straight front. It would like right outside my house would take me to downtown Seattle, like the middle of downtown.
Yeah. And so when you're at the skate park hanging with your friends and shit, is there like music playing? Like you guys have boom boxes or something? Like
yeah, we motherfuckers would always have like a speaker playing, and it was like a lot of Wayne. Like Wayne was like
huge at that time.
Exactly. Yeah. Like Wayne was like
this must
the
be like
Drake of our
2005.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh,
like 7
to like
7 to 10.
Exactly. Was like Wayne ran the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So like a lot of Wayne.
It's interesting when you like growing up a rap fan and you don't realize when you're in someone's era when you're in it, but then
exactly.
But now you look back.
Now I'm like, damn, Wayne ran shit.
Right, and it's funny.
He still do.
And then he passed the torch to Drake, and Drake ran shit for a long time. And it's funny because you don't realize how much he's running it until like now he's kind of disappeared for a while, and you're like, oh, where's Drake? Like he was really everywhere.
Yeah.
But what people don't remember sometimes is like Ja Rule had that for 2 years. Like people don't want to admit that, but Ja Rule really had it for like 2 years. Damn. You know what I mean? And
that's
shit like
shit.
that. Like before 50 took over, Ja Rule was running the radio.
Yeah.
Anyway, blah blah. Blah.
But all the dudes I ran with at the skate park were very like underground oriented and shit. So like you heard of like Army of the Pharaohs and shit.
Yeah, of course.
Army of the Pharaohs.
That's a Philly crew, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like self-titled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you guys, and then like hella other people.
Yeah.
But like. And then around 10th grade, I started doing spoken word poetry. Because I was like, I'm not cool enough to rap.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this poetry shit. Yeah. And I joined this program called You Speaks. I don't know if you ever heard of it. I haven't. It's like a spoken word youth program. And they have them all over like the country. They have some in LA. It started in the Bay, but then it like moved to Seattle. And then it's like all over the country.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was doing like
so
poetry slams.
So do you have like
slams.
George Watsky stories then? Did you run into George?
Bro, that's my homie. And you remember that bridge program he did? Remember where he like flew kids out to come to LA to film with Soul Pancake?
Okay, yeah.
I was one of those kids.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah, I was one of those kids he flew out. So like George was my homie. Like I just came out with him at Bumper Shoot in Seattle.
Really?
He's my fucking dude. That's like my homie.
Yeah, I love George. He's the nicest dude.
Yeah.
And he's like the hardest worker I know. Like he is such a hard worker.
Bro, he did a video for every song on the project.
I know.
It's
crazy.
Makes no financial sense, but he's killing shit.
Yeah, totally. He's one of those dudes where like he's like proving concept that having adult friends is hard because every time we hang out we have the best time and we're always like we should hang out more and then we never have time because adults, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just adults.
I'm just now like starting to bridge into adulting.
Dude,
shit.
I'm telling you, once you get past like I don't know 26, 27, like meeting new people that you like. There's no way past the acquaintance zone because
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like your best friends that like it's never gets awkward with. You meet all those when you're a teenager or younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, but making like new adult friends very hard. Travis, you'll find out.
I already be knowing. I'm pretty anxious already.
I don't know why I'm like preaching to you about
that. Nah,
dog.
I'm anxious as hell. But
so how did you meet George, or like how did you submit that?
I was just a kid doing poetry slams in Seattle, and like You Speaks does like the poetry slam series, and if you win, there's like they pick 5 kids and they send them to Brave New Voices, which is an international poetry slam competition, and they have it in a different city every year. So like I was just like doing poetry slams and shit. And
where did you get to go? Where did it take you?
I went to Philly.
Philly, okay.
I went to Philly and
how was Philly?
Bro, it was cool. We stayed at I forgot what university. We stayed at one of the universities. Yeah. But like they're all connected. It's like spoken word poetry, so everyone there is connected to like the hood and shit. Yeah. So we went to go clean up in like North Philly, and like that was like the most like the crazy shit I've ever been in.
Really?
Like, North Philly was like I've been to like the slums and shit, and like North Philly was no fucking joke.
Yeah, my family is from Pennsylvania, and my first cousin Tyler actually lives in Philadelphia, and I want to get out there to visit, but yeah, I've heard stories about it's like a city
whole
kind
blocks taped off, but everyone's in their house because we were like walking with big groups of people, because we were cleaning up like the hood and shit. Yeah. So like I remember just like whole blocks would be like police taped off, but like kids would look out their window at us, and it was just like the weirdest. Like no one was on the streets in the daytime.
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
Right.
But like I was just doing like poetry slams in like Seattle.
Did you ever
like,
win any of the international ones or rank high? Did you ever do well?
In Seattle, I was like second in the city one year.
Yeah.
I was like second in the city. But
what
then,
were your
like,
poems about? Do you remember? Like, do you remember any of your stand-up?
The one that got like George, that got me with George and shit. I wrote this poem called like "Little Bitch Army." Basically, it was about like being. Like getting called a little bitch and just like reclaiming that shit and being like, and it was like super woke about how like like masculinity and how like dudes are like supposed to be a certain way and shit. Like my poems were very like Watsky inspired, very like.
Were you a
humorous.
fan of his before?
Dog. Yeah. Right. So like. Yeah, that's kind of like one of my poems, like funny, but like
was the gateway into George the that Pale George Kid Raps Fast, or did you already know about him before that?
I already knew about him before that.
Really? So you were on it?
Yeah. So, but like George is one of the people that like made me realize, oh, if you're doing poetry, you can rap too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Totally. So like when I was in 10th grade, I was like, or like 11th grade, I was just like, fuck this, I want to rap for real now. I don't know where to start, but I'm gonna take this shit seriously. So that's when I made that podcast.
So your podcast was the first thing into like your foray into rapping, or what?
Not foray into, but my foray into like Seattle hip hop.
That so
I was a kid going to Seattle hip hop shows, but I didn't know nobody. I was just a fan.
Okay, so before we get to the podcast, no, it's fine. Tell me about like going to shows and stuff, because that's what I was curious about too. Is like, are there all ages venues where you're going and getting a feel for it?
Because I'm kind of younger, so there were, but like there's hella like all the older dudes in Seattle be like appreciate your shit because like they didn't get to go to no all ages shows, like because of the Seattle Rock Ordinance or something. Yeah. So like there was no all ages shows until I was like really young, and that's when I got to start like going to like see Scholars and see Ben and see like Common Market and shit.
And Ben, for those of you guys who are tuning in, is Macklemore, because you're on tour with Macklemore right now, so you're like first name basis, bro.
You know what I mean?
Name drop. Fucking Hollywood, Seattle ass.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everyone in Seattle calls him Ben. Everyone's just like a degree of separation from that man.
Yeah, totally. He seems to support the localism there, which is like a very outstanding thing. I think it's very nice.
No, for sure. He's always putting on for like young people in Seattle.
So, what was your first rap show you got to go to?
My first rap show I got to go to?
Yeah.
Like local or big one?
Either. I don't care.
I think the one that sticks out to me is the Watch the Throne tour. And that came, I think they came through when I was like 14, 13.
Oh yeah, so you got to see Jay-Z and Kanye?
Bro, yeah. Like
I've never seen a rap show like that. Like I've never gone, the only stadium show I've ever been to, or like arena show, was Ben's, was Macklemore's. I've never paid to see like Jay-Z or a Kanye or anything like that. And I don't know why.
I got straight A's one year just so I could go to that show.
Part of me feels like I'll be let down if I go to see one of those. Like I
don't know, bro. Being in the same building as Kanye was just the wildest shit for me.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dropout was like it for me.
So that one just like
that kind of like sparked me being like, oh, there's like small shows in Seattle, and then then you can go. We saw like Blue Scholars at like the Showbox. And then we saw like Macklemore at like a Sonics rally. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that.
Yeah, that's cool. At these shows, would you like rap in ciphers at the shows?
Fuck no,
really?
Hell no.
Would there be ciphers? Here, I was asked that because
I didn't. What's it called? When I grew up going to shows, I didn't see many ciphers.
Right, that's a big difference. Like when I was a kid, well, I didn't start going to rap shows until I was 18 because there were no rap shows in Alaska, and then I moved down to California, and that's when my first rap show ever was Talib Kweli's what's his first big record that he put out with I can't think of it now. Anyway, that's how long ago it was. 18 years ago. It was Talib Kweli. Oh, Reflection Eternal.
Okay.
You know Reflection Eternal?
Bet. Yeah, I know.
It's a good album. Anyway, I went to the release party of that. That was my first rap show ever.
You went to the release party?
Yeah,
of that?
it was in Hollywood somewhere, and fucking I was at the El Rey actually. Okay. And Mos Def walked by me. And I shook his hand, and he looked at me like all fucking weird because here's this goofy white kid like dressed like he just moved to California.
That's hella funny.
He was like only nipple height. Most of us very short.
Oh shit! Damn, I didn't know he's short.
Yeah, he's short. So the point of this story is, at that time, like around 2000, 2001. DJs would play instrumentals between the sets. They wouldn't play like the hot new music. They would play instrumentals, and like people would break off into circles and cipher. Like there was rap circles. There was
lit.
tons of rap circles.
I never saw no shit like that.
Yeah, nobody hears
I saw like breakdancers before like circle up and start b-boying and shit. But and especially if I did see a cypher, I usually wasn't hopping in it.
Yeah,
or like unless I wrote like a 16 like the past week that was like fire and I knew it. Just very timid.
Right.
Even now, I don't really be like into rap like that.
So before you started your podcast, then and you're going to shows and stuff. Like, had you ever played a show?
And when I was like 16, 17, I was doing spoken word shows. Like I was literally like getting paid to like go to different parts of Washington and to play like poetry slams, like feature at poetry slams. But like
and at something like that, you just do one poem?
No, you do like a 30-minute set, like a poem set.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's tight.
Yeah, but for like no money.
Damn, you had like 30 minutes of poems?
Dog. Yeah, dog. I was like, I was really like moving around Seattle and like playing, like getting paid to play poetry shows and shit.
Yeah, and would friends come watch you?
They would come to the big ones. Friends weren't like spoken word scenes. My friends weren't really trying to pull up, especially with the friends I ran with and grew up. They fucked with me because they knew I wanted to do something else. So if anyone tried to make fun of me, they're like, "What you doing?" Like, but like they didn't fuck with that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was the spoken word scene like? Is it like kind of nerdy or was it like
super? Was it
like
woke? Super like. It's kind of older, so I was just like running with like 30-year-old cats and shit. So like it was cool. Yeah. It was cool. It's a fun scene to be around. It made me a better writer for sure. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but, So then around the time that I start this one, that's when you start your podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Like
I think so.
13? Yeah. 2013-ish?
Something like that. Yeah. And I was just interviewing people in Seattle while like writing raps at my house and shit. Right. And
tell me about starting your podcast. Like what was the idea behind it? Like what was how did you produce it?
I wanted it to just be like, how do young people start? That's what I wanted the whole thing to be about. I called it like Poets of the Podcast or whatever. And it was just like interviewing people in Seattle, like how did you start doing what you're doing and how do young people get there? Right. And that's what I wanted to like make that whole thing about. But I really did that shit just so I could meet people and like be a part of the scene.
Right. So what did you do? Like did you just go to like Guitar Center and buy some mics or something?
I went to Guitar Center, bought $100 mic, like brushed up on hella like your podcast, Marin, like hella other people and just like kind of like jacked the interview style. Yeah. And just like...
I mean, I stole his interview
everyone
style.
Steals Mark Maron's interview style.
Exactly.
You know, everyone's podcast is a stolen idea.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so I was just interviewing like local people in Seattle coming up. Like our first interview was like Gio, the Blue Scholars, and it was like the biggest shit for me. It was like the coolest shit ever.
Right. So how did you convince them to be on? Because
they knew my faces from shows. Like because Seattle shows be having like 200, 300 people. So like you recognize the people who come out, and like I just say I was like very adamant about saying what's up to people and getting to know people and like things like that, and then.
Did you find that you had a natural penchant for interviewing? Like, were you a good conversationalist from jump, or did it take some practice?
I'll listen back now, and I'm like, I'm agreeing with everything this person says. You know what I'm saying? Just by like, yeah, word. Well, then, you know what I mean? Like, not really like trying to have like a real conversation, but. Yeah, like I could tell like people would come through because they like fucked with me and they knew that like I was just trying to do something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we would always pitch it as like a young person's thing.
Right. Yeah. And then did it gain any traction in Seattle? Like,
it would get like a few hundred. That's like people in the music scene would know about it, but like it didn't catch no like fan traction. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And just put it on SoundCloud?
It would just be a SoundCloud thing. I didn't know how to like do an RSS feed or none of that shit.
How many episodes did you end up doing?
Like 13, 15?
15?
Like, I think so. Something like that.
You are a lifer, bro.
Bro,
your episode, this is 133, homie.
Dog, shit. You're in this shit. But you knew why I started that shit.
I hate it at this point, though. I don't hate it. I love it.
You can't be saying that people are paying for this shit.
No, not that many, that's for sure. No, I don't hate it. That's a wrong thing. But it becomes... Now that monetization stuff has changed so much, it really...
I heard YouTube is fucking people now.
My YouTube channel makes... almost no money.
That's so shitty.
Almost
so trash.
Zero money.
YouTube is so trash for that.
Yeah, it's terrible. But no, it's funny because people talk about, I do it for the love. I do it for the love. And yes, I start things because I love it. Mm-hmm. But you continue things because it makes sense. Time-wise and money-wise and all that stuff. Yeah. And at this point, when I say it's a labor of love, it truly is a labor of love because, you know.
So y'all better appreciate this shit.
Exactly. But, so who was your biggest interview out of those 15?
Probably like Gio. Yeah. Dave.
Yeah, you had the early jump on Dave B, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone in Seattle had the early jump on Dave B.
Yeah, Dave is the truth. I really like him.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, he took me on my first tour and shit. Like, I don't really be talking to him much anymore, but like that's like.
Oh, you guys have beef?
Not at all. But like that. But that's really how it goes. Like everyone fucks with each other in Seattle, but like everyone kind of runs on their own team and like their own way.
Right, because
it's not the same way. It's not like Grinch, Scholars, and Ben opening up for each other and they like they're homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not that shit don't exist no more.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Like, I talked to...
Which is good for the scene, but also, like, people miss it. People miss the way it used to feel.
Right. And I talked to Mike Eagle about that on the last episode, kind of like we came up together as kids rapping together, you know, and we would see each other at shows. And I said kids, we were in our early to mid-20s. But,
kids.
Kids. But, yeah, we would always orbit around the same solar system. And then it gets to a point where you kind of age out of that. And then everybody's like, once it stops being for the love and it starts making monetary sense, like you don't have time to fuck around and just be hanging out anymore. And you start to realize that like being backstage at a show doesn't actually do anything for your career.
It's not as fun as
it's not fun anymore. Yeah, it just
people
seems...
be trying to come backstage at these shows, and I'm like, you understand, Max Baby is here. Like, ain't no one turning up. Ain't no one like it's not lit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Totally. The longer that you do it, the more you just want the green room to be quiet and relaxed.
And it kind of, like, playing so many shows kind of fucks up shows for me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go to a show and you understand the facade of it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes the whole theater out of it for you.
Well, and that's kind of ties into what I was saying about not wanting to go to arena shows, because an arena show is just a giant version of a fucking little tiny venue show. And you can see through all of the shit.
You can see through all that shit.
And, you know, there are people... I mean, Ben's a great example. Ben he turns into a different person on stage. He's a bigger than life rock star.
Exactly.
Like, that's why he was able to break through and cross over the way he did, because he can really turn on a persona. And you know, like Greaves, touring with Greaves, like you see that with him too. Yeah. He can really turn on a persona when he gets on stage, and there's this duality of character where they like understand when they're on stage they're a bigger than life thing. For me, I never got to that place. Like I was always just kind of like, I would be on stage in my own head, like, I can't believe these people are here to see me, and like, wow, I'm just one of you guys, you know what I mean? Like, and I really felt that way.
Yeah.
So anyway, like seeing that kind of facade and the whole like, oh, you know, Los Angeles, great to be here, and like, but maybe they'll slip up and say San Diego, happy to be here, type shit, you know? Like,
yeah, bro, I almost said Portland and Eugene.
I almost
said it.
It's really like you see somebody, you go, fuck, that was like the best show I've ever been to, and you realize they just did that same exact thing, just with a different city name the night before.
Same things in between the songs too.
Same banter between the songs.
Yeah, it's funny because like everyone on tour has like their banter and like they have things they say, but no one ever calls it out because we're all just aware. Like, yeah, that's how it goes. Like, you make the same jokes, you say the same things.
Yeah, it's like when you see
we're
what
taking
goes
it away
into
for people who are coming to the shows, though.
Right. So, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this is what goes into the sausage type of show
it's
anyway.
shit,
but it's. I mean, it's the same thing. Like one time I saw a taping of a TV show when I first moved to California, and like it ruined TV for me for like a year.
Damn.
I was like, this fucking sucks. I can't believe that. It was horrible.
Yeah, when I first went to like a DJ, what's it called, a radio station, and I saw that like there was no DJ there. He recorded it and put the CD in. I was like, oh,
right,
damn.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing. Is like the longer you do it, the more it just becomes like, you know, it's just it's work.
It's really work.
People
really
don't get like, man, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a musician or a rapper so bad, and I was like, that seems like the best life. And like, I mean, it's life.
It's cool. Yeah, no, I feel you. I'm just now rapping full time, so it's like. It's definitely like I have to force myself to work, and like when it is work, it's like so trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a job like any other job, and that's that might sound.
I was texting you last night. Like I went straight from stage to merch booth, and then like I'm kicking it there and meeting people like the whole time. So that's work. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right, and it is enjoyable work. It's definitely better than like sitting in a cubicle or something. Maybe
exactly. I was at a preschool a few months ago. I was working at a preschool.
Oh, how was that?
It was cool. It was like some days it was chill. It was like I used to be a paraeducator, so I was like a teacher's assistant in a special ed preschool. Yeah. So like some days it was cool, but like it's special ed, so some days were real as fuck. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Some days like you got to
total meltdowns.
Literally, I had to sit in on meetings where people found out their kid was autistic. Yeah, like that. That was like my job.
Yeah.
That's some shit, man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. But now I'm not gonna do that no more. Now I rap with Macklemore.
It sounds like working at a preschool sounds like it would be amazing because it's like, it's like being with a bunch of little human puppies all day.
Not at all, bro.
And then I bet after a couple months you're like, oh man.
Some days it's like glorified babysitting. Some days it's like, fuck this kid. He knows what he's doing and he's being a piece of shit.
That's what I was just gonna say. I'm sure at a certain point you're just like, Johnny is a fucking asshole.
No, real shit, real fucking shit. And like sometimes like, I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say sometimes you'll grab a kid by the wrist hella hard, like too hard, and then the teacher and then your teachers will look at you like, hey, bruh. And I'll be like, all right, yeah, my bad.
You heard it here first. Travis is a child. Is a child abuser.
I wasn't. No, people are like, no. I think I'm still technically employed by the district too, so I just fucked my shit up.
No,
I didn't grab no kids like that. I didn't grab no kids like that. That's a horrible takeaway from this podcast too. Oh my god.
That's going to the description. Travis Thompson talks touring with Macklemore and child abuse.
No, fuck.
No, I'm just kidding.
I get you.
But I get it. Like, I'm sure my mom was an educator her whole life, you know, and I'm sure that there were times. She's a very calm person working with kids, but I'm sure there were times in her life
where
she was just
the shit out of her.
This kid is just an asshole, and there's no turning around.
And they know what they're
that.
doing.
Yeah,
a lot of the times they know what they're doing.
Right.
Even autistic, like people think autistic kids don't know what they're doing. Like, and of course, like they live in a whole different world, and but at the same time, like they're very aware. You know what I'm saying? Or at least for the most part, a lot of them are very aware.
Yeah,
so like sometimes the kid's autistic, but he's being a shitty kid. He can be a shitty kid too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
We'll edit this part out.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. I know. I get you. I get what you're saying. It sounds horrible, but it's real shit, and it comes from a loving place, Cuddy.
Oh man, when keeping it real,
goes right.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, rapping 16, 17 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, where were we?
Oh, man.
But yeah, I mean, rap is a job just like any other job.
For sure, yeah.
And it, it's one of those things where you gotta be careful what you wish for.
Exactly.
And I'm sure that like Ben's a perfect example of being careful what you wish for because like the backlash on his end after I'm sure his whole life he wanted to get famous and then he got famous and it's like all you get is shit from people when you're famous. Like it's terrible.
Weird. I would never try to like take away if he ever did something that offended somebody, I'm not trying to take away from that. Mm-hmm. But like it's interesting to see like to kick it with the dude and just like kick it with multiple people and like after reading about them and like hearing things if they say something problematic or something and I'm just like, oh, this is a dude figuring this shit out day by day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's
the blessing and a curse of having a platform. You know what I mean? Because everybody is just human and people fuck up and sometimes people fuck up worse than others. But it's like, everyone that I've met in this industry, like I feel like most of the time their hearts are in the right place.
Exactly. So and that's exactly his hearts are in the right place.
Yeah. So, anyhow, did you have like a first song that started to catch on after you started rapping?
Nah, not until the past like year.
What did you learn from doing your podcast? Your goal was to fucking learn how to get into it. So what did you learn? My goal was
to meet people and like be able to like go to shows and like say what's up to the artists and like be friends with artists.
Like break into the scene.
Exactly.
You took a proactive approach at breaking into the scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So and it worked?
It worked, yeah. And then I just started putting raps out on SoundCloud, like just putting like little like doing remixes over like Drake shit or doing like.
And your style at first was kind of like bumper head backpack stuff, like bars, right?
Exactly.
And then just recently you've kind of converted more to like melodic, right?
Yeah.
Or is that recent or no?
Maybe like sort of recent, I guess. Yeah. But I was just doing like. I was just like figuring it out, just trying to rap, just rapping over like MP3s and shit.
Right.
And then after like. One of the dudes I met through the podcast, his name's Shelton Harris.
Yeah.
He's also a rapper from Seattle. And we just started kicking it. We just like clicked after the podcast, and he skated too, so we were skating together and shit. Yeah. And he was like bubbling in the scene, like he was opening like showbox shows in Seattle, and like he had hella plays on SoundCloud and shit. And I was like, yo, I want to rap for real. And like he listened to my SoundCloud. He's like, oh, you're not half bad. Like you want me to put you in a real studio? And I was like, yep. And that's how he introduced me to Nima Schemes, which is Saul's dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, they run a studio up in North Seattle. And
that used to be Ben's studio, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He talked about that on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he would just drive me to the studio like once a week to go like record.
Yeah,
like that's like my bro. You know, that's my brother now because like and he's my manager now. Shelton Harris. Yeah. And
so he stopped rapping then to become the manager.
He didn't stop rapping. He just kind of like live shit happens, and he kind of just like he still has a project. He released a project last year, and it gets hella plays. It's getting more plays than my shit for real. Like,
let me tell you something, Travis. The smart kids, they get out of the rap and they start the managing.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be rich. I already know. He's one of those dudes.
I'll tell you something about managers too. Are you the first one that he's managing?
Yeah.
You know, the first one, they messed it up. And then they get the next one right.
Oh, fuck.
You better watch out.
Oh, damn, dog.
I'm just fucking with you. You guys are going to do it. I mean, there's always Pat and Chance, you know what I'm saying? That was his first try.
Exactly.
So there you go.
But yeah, he just, and it's not even like he doesn't rap anymore. He just like
he's probably like a lot of people that
he'll never lose the rapping bug.
Right. But if you're self-aware enough, you can realize that maybe you'll have more success behind the scenes.
And it's not even that he was not tight enough to do it. It's that like, he's just not like, I don't know. He knows he's very like cool with just like not being the front dude. You know what I mean? He's just like
there's a distinct lack of ego that helps him.
Exactly. So, but and he wants to see other people win as much as he wants himself to win.
Because this rap shit is really a disease within us. Like it's a constant need for validation and a constant need to like tell people like, look at me, look how good I am at something. And receiving that praise. You know, there's a void within all of us creatives where we need that.
Man, it's fucked.
Yeah, where does your void come from?
My void?
Yeah.
Why I make music?
Why do you seek that validation?
I don't know, man. Now you got me in my feelings and shit. I don't know. I'm an attention addict. If that, like, I've always needed attention.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You just sent me into a conundrum that's going to fuck me on this tour bus for the whole...
There's something dark under there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't find out my reason why until I was older than you.
Ugh. Yeah. So thanks for that, dog.
No, it's actually kind of like relieving once you figure it out, because then you can kind of proactively fight against it a little bit.
I don't know. It's one of the only things I feel good at.
Yeah.
So like, I'm going all out at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
But
so
I meet him. He starts taking me to the studio.
Nima.
Yeah,
or no, Shelton and Nima.
And Nima was my engineer.
Yeah.
But like, you know how engineers are. I was just kind of like a client for a while. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So like I was just a client, like coming through like once a week to record, and like it was made like a shitty little EP, put it out. It was, I don't know, and like, it got me opening slots in Seattle. Which
that's what
I
was going to ask. Like, when did you start getting opening slots? Because that's
around
the route
like
for local
2000.
shit.
Like early 2015.
So just recently.
Yeah, pretty. I've only been doing this shit for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And so I was just opening like weird shows, and like if white dudes would come through, like I'd open for like Sammy Adams, I'd open for like I don't know, different rap dudes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I started putting out like my music. Me and Nima started working together. So like I was just going to the studio, recording, put out a EP, it was whatever, and then I was opening local shows, and then eventually me and Nima just started working together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does he produce beats too?
He makes all of Saul's beats,
yeah.
and like he's made like the majority of my shit. He like executive produced the mixtape I put out last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys he was just like, I see promise in
you.
you.
He was like, exactly, I see promise. Let's do something.
When a producer works with multiple guys like that, like is there a hierarchy to who gets to hear the beats first, or does he kind of know like, this is a Saul beat and this is a Travis beat?
Yeah. He's aware of like what beat should go to who, and also like we do a lot of beat sessions. So like I'll come to the studio when I have nothing
and just make something
and
together.
We'll make something.
Yeah, that's tight.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the rates go down if like we start working. You know what I'm saying? Because like he understands where I'm coming from and what my pockets look like. You know what I'm saying? And like we work together.
At a certain point, I would imagine that maybe you guys just talk about like, oh, don't pay me up front, just give me back end shit.
Shit like that.
Split that.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, totally. That's cool.
And I think things started bubbling around like when I dropped this song called Father Forgive Me.
Yeah.
Maybe like, I don't know, it was like a year ago.
Yeah.
And that's when like
video
things,
for that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
And that's why things in Seattle, that's when things in Seattle kind of like, that's when like Dave put me on his like one his big headliner for the last project he did.
Yeah.
And just like that's when like things started getting like moving. You know what I mean? Picking up. That's a lie, because I did a song called Horchata.
Oh yeah, Horchata is the one that's like the older one.
The older one, yeah.
That's
that was
the one
like
where I
one
was
of the
like,
first
oh, this
songs
is kind of like more backpacky than sing-songy.
Yeah,
right?
that was one of my first sessions with Nima. I just I just wrote this long ass rap over a stolen beat from SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And then we shot this weird video for it, and like it didn't do nothing for like a whole year, and then one day it made the front page of Reddit.
Really?
Then, that's why it has so many views.
How did that happen? Do you know?
Bro, I have no clue.
Yeah.
Like, I literally just, like, I got a couple messages, like, I was working in, like, a hip-hop program that, like, Ben runs, actually. Mm-hmm. I was, like, an intern there.
Yeah.
And someone
teaching kids to rap or something?
Pretty much. Not, like, I'm not teaching kids to rap, but, like, things like that.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah. And, like, a kid was like, yo, I found your song on Reddit today. And I was like, oh, I don't know what that meant. I was like, oh, that's cool. Word. And then I saw it had gone up like 6,000 plays. I was like, oh, word. Because it only had like 2,000. You know what I mean? It was just like, it was a video in Seattle. And then I woke up the next day and that shit had like over 100,000. Overnight.
That's funny, because the only video that I've ever had made the front page of Reddit was the imagining video. And it was like, and it's because like if they can give the elevator pitch in a really good headline, where it's like, rapper talks about his father's Alzheimer's, and then everybody started upvoting it, and it got to the very top post on Reddit, and that's like
mine was like chubby white kid.
There you go.
Bits or some
there you
shit.
Go. Like they come up with like some kind of catchy elevator pitch, and then it works.
And like and then I did that, which kind of like. That didn't really do anything for me in Seattle, but it kind of like, that's when I started getting fans. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have fans before that. And then I just kept doing singles, and I dropped a mixtape last year called Ambom that was executive produced.
Yeah, so
maybe I don't mean to just jump through this shit.
No, it's fine.
But it's all a blur. I smoke way too much weed.
No, I mean the last years can go by in minutes on a podcast. I mean? So tell me about Ambom, because you just got the tattoo.
I just got it yesterday.
Yeah, it's like all scabby and red.
No, it's pretty though, right?
Yeah, it's nice. They did a good job. I have a tramp stamp in a very similar like writing.
Similar font.
Similar font. Look at. Is it Times New Roman?
Yeah, okay.
You didn't believe me that I have a tramp stamp.
Damn, that's a paragraph too.
That was my first. I'm sorry that I just showed you my ass crack, but that was my first tattoo. Like the day I turned 18 years ago.
That's the first thing you got.
Yeah, because tramp stamps weren't like a big deal back then. Like mad people had. Like
it didn't even have a nickname yet.
No, I remember the first time hearing the nickname. Particularly hearing the nickname in a movie, and I was like, ooh, my life just got like worse. Yeah, I was like, it's bad that I have this tattoo. But at that time in like 1999, like lower back tattoos were like a cool place to see if you liked getting tattooed, like to see if you could tolerate it, you know, because then your parents wouldn't find out. Like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So anyhow, so the Ambom, what's the science behind the title?
Ambom is the street I grew up on. It's the street that connects Burien to White Center to West Seattle. It's like it's just like one long road that connects like three neighborhoods. Yeah,
and what does it mean to you?
It's that 120 bus I was talking about. That's the bus. That's the street it runs on, and like that's just where we hung out. Like that's just like where we skated and like did a bunch of bad shit.
That's where you learned. That's where I learned everything.
Exactly, where I learned all of it. So that's where like that comes from.
Yeah.
But it's still like, it's not like, it's funny because it's like, it's still not like hella cool to be.
Your first tattoo?
It's my first tattoo, man.
Oh, man.
Just happened. Yeah, Ben was peer pressuring us.
Well, you're fucked, man. You're going to be sleeved up in like a couple weeks.
I'm thinking the next one is going to be the Dropout Bear.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
The Dropout Bear. Yeah, it's going to be fire.
Yeah, do it on your face, man. You'll get famous faster.
Motherfuckers at the tattoo shop was saying it's disrespectful to jump straight to your face. And I was like, let's do it.
It is super. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
I didn't know about tattoo culture until yesterday.
There's a crazy tattoo. And I'm not sitting here trying to say that I'm like clued into it. I'm definitely not. Like all of my tattoos, most of my tattoos I've gotten for free from like people that like my music, which is tight.
That's fire.
Yeah. And so shout out to fucking the homies like Josh and Guy on Negro. Anyway, but there's definitely like a hierarchy of like where you're supposed to start.
Where you're supposed to start.
And like even the fact now that
they weren't mad at this one. They were like, yeah, that's where you're supposed to start.
Right. But even that to an extent, like 20 years ago, people would be like, don't start on your forearm. Like,
really?
You start in a place where it's hidden. So you start on your shoulder, you start on your shoulders or your biceps, and then you work your way down as you're running out of room. But now people start off on their hands, and like old school tattoo artists are like, you fucking poser. You know what I'm saying? Or like starting on your neck, like. Damn. It's crazy when you see kids that have like their neck and their forearms done and nothing else, because that
shit's so crazy to me too. Because like I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna get a tat like that until I know for sure I'm rapping forever.
Right. That's
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I don't like shit is going well now, but I don't know what it's gonna look like 5 years down the road. You know
I get the
like,
concept of doing that to force yourself to learn to hustle because you're unemployable, but at the same time, within that tattoo culture, like if you're a real lifer for tattoos, like that's like the backwards way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
For real, completely
not
backwards.
that, though.
My mom had no faith in me too. I was like, I'm gonna get a face tat, and she like called me. She's like, please don't get a face tattoo. Like, please don't. Funny. And I was like, what the fuck you think this is?
You got a strong hairline. You could get a forehead tattoo and nobody would know because you got bangs.
Because I got that because of the Bieber hair, dog.
Yeah, there you go. That Navajo hair, it don't go away.
I ain't never going bald, dog. I ain't never.
Let me see that hairline. Lift your hair.
Dog.
All right, yeah, you good.
My grandpa got a full head of hair.
All right, you good.
You know what I'm
saying? None of the male figures in my life have hair.
You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm balder than George Costanza.
That's the white thing, dog.
Fuck.
I know what I mean. That's one of the
shame. So, how did you? Okay, let's wrap it up by saying like, how did you get pulled onto this tour? How did you end up on Gemini? Okay. And what are you currently working on?
Okay,
in whatever order.
So, what was the first part of that?
How'd you end up on this tour?
Okay, so Tyler Dops, he just produced like him and Budo produced the whole album with Ben, the new one.
I was thinking of Sam Lachau, by the way, or Sam Lachau.
Sam Lachau. Oh, can't believe I didn't say his name. Yeah, he's popping in Seattle. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so I've just been like doing my thing in Seattle and just like playing my own like headliners and just like putting out like quality videos and quality singles.
When you headline, how many people can you draw in Seattle?
I just did my biggest. I did the Crocodile. You ever been there?
Yeah, that's the only place I just hit
capacity at Crocodile.
So that's what 400
on my headliner. It was like 460.
Tight.
So like that's my biggest huge headliner. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I always say, man, playing shows in Seattle is the place where like as a local rapper you could really sell
fire,
out.
Bro. It's so fire.
It takes forever to sell out a show as a local in LA because
it's a whole different thing. You have to exist on the internet first.
This is a nation city. This isn't a fucking city.
Yeah, word of mouth still like is like one of the biggest things in Seattle.
Yeah,
because it's like I don't know, it's like kind of separated its own thing.
So you started headlining and playing shows.
I was just playing my own shows in Seattle, putting out like singles, and like Tyler produced a lot for me.
Tyler Dops
produces a lot of the work that I do. So like he was in Ben's ear when I was dropping singles, just like showing him shit.
Yeah.
And like Ben really liked this song I did called Need You. And then I just saw him backstage. He's like, yo, you should come to the studio sometime. And then so I just was like kicking it with them, like in the studio, going to like different things. And then me and Shelton are just kicking it, smoking one day, and then we get sent a beat from Tyler. It wasn't even a song yet, and you're just like, how fast could you write to this? And I was like, you've heard the Corner Store beat. I was like, I could have a verse to that shit in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he was like, come to the studio, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. So we mobbed over there. It wasn't even a song yet, and then like they built the song around like my verse.
Really?
Because the thing said like, I think the sample says 2 a.m. or something, so I was just like 2 a.m. I posted, and then did my verse, and then Dave came the next day, did the hook.
Wow.
And then because they had already been working on it, but I was just kind of like removed
on something as big as a Macklemore record, because I do love finding out what goes into the sausage.
Yeah.
Is it something where you write a first draft and they're like, okay, we need to change this, and this to make it more presentable? Or no?
No, they fucked with what I did first, and I was the one who was campaigning to change it a little bit because I had like parts that I wanted to change or just say better because like I don't know, like they threw me in the studio, they were just like sitting there watching me do what like that verse wasn't gonna come out the best. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to go back and redo it, and like I had to campaign to get back there. Like, no, we fuck with it, and I was like, no. I was like sending them. I was like texting them voice memos. Like, it's got to sound like this.
Right.
And then I went back and like redid it.
Nice. So they let you do a final draft.
They let me do a final draft. Yeah, but yeah, it was chill. It was very simple, very regular.
Was it surreal?
Yeah. I try. Yeah. Because like, I grew up on Language in My World and shit. As corny as that, I'm not like Ben's gonna listen to this shit and make fun of me for being a fan. Yeah. But like I grew up on that, man. So like every night coming out on Corner Store in front of like thousands of people was fucking crazy.
I mean, that's the biggest rapper. Like, arguably to ever come out of the Northwest.
Motherfuckers can feel away because Thrift Shop happened, but like Ben puts on for the city and he's been killing shit for a minute and like
15 years.
And I'm a kid from Seattle and like fuck how you're feeling, like this shit is tight. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean that's the thing. Like Ben, if you are listening, I've made jokes at Macklemore's expense on Twitter when it was like popping to do that. But here's the thing: is that I've always had a lot of respect for that dude because he has been doing it as long, if not longer, than me.
And he made it work. As I've been alive.
There are videos of him battling some of my best friends from 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is person that, like, regardless of what has ended up with his career, loves rap music and has been working on it for fucking ever.
Real dude.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, beyond that, like, other than maybe arguably Sir Mix-a-Lot might have had a bigger song than him at the time.
Yeah.
But, like,
Mix-a-Lot ain't done for the city what Ben has, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a huge rapper. That's like, you know, what fucking, I don't know. What,
no, yeah, it's wild.
What Scarface is to Houston, Ben is to fucking Seattle. You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine as a young Seattle kid, like, dude, to be working with him has to be surreal.
And, it is surreal. Coming out and like performing on Corner Store and like rapping next to him every night is some shit. You know what I mean? It's like wild. People
go nuts, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's fire because that's when like I'll open my set and people are like, "Oh, that's cool," and then I come out on Corner Store and everyone gives a shit all of a sudden.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's he's like helping me out. It's a good look. You know what I mean?
It's a huge look, and I mean he doesn't have to do stuff like that.
He doesn't have to do shit like this. That's why I'm hella appreciative of it.
He could have had any like major label.
He sold out the whole tour, dog. He didn't need an opener.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, and I'm sure like there are labels that would be paying him to put their like new act on for him every night.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's not about that shit, which is like, and like how I got on the tour, I don't even like, I made that song with him, and then like I got a call not even like less than a month ago.
Yeah.
And he was just like, it's hella funny. He's gonna get hella mad. He called me, he's like, "Hey, are you on weed?" I swear to God. And it's funny too, because like motherfuckers make fun of him for that shit, but that man was really like about it. But like he was like, "Are you on weed?" And I was like, "Nah, you sound like the police." And then I was like, and I was like, "No, I'm sober." He's like, "Hey man, you trying to go on this tour?" I was like, "Stop fucking around." I was like, "Don't play with me." And he was like, "No, the whole U.S." I was like, of course I'm trying to go on this tour. And that was like 3 weeks ago, 3.5 months ago, you know what I'm saying? And
I mean,
now I'm on the road.
So now does it feel like your imminent future has changed?
No, for sure. Already, like even just announcing it, things are different. Even when I announced the tour, it was like people started looking at me different and like.
Oh, I mean, I started following. I mean, like, I'm not trying to sound like all fucking snobby or douchey, but like you've been following me a long time, and I recognized your name. And
but you had no reason to follow back, Cuddy.
I didn't know.
You don't have to. You don't have
but
to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for example, like as soon as I saw that, I went, "Oh, let me listen to some of this," and then I was like, "This is great. Let me follow him. Let me reach out." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so something like that does make a big difference. Big difference.
And like we already have show offers coming in for when I get home, like hella more than were like there before. You know what I'm saying? So like things like that, things are starting to move now, and I don't gotta change diapers or get punched in the face by 3-year-olds no more. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
But like right now, like what we got going on.
No more grabbing kids by the wrist.
No more grabbing, you know what I'm saying? You know. But so me and Tyler are working on a mixtape right now.
Okay, good. So tell the people one more time, like, what the last mixtape is called.
The last mixtape is called Am Bomb.
Man Bomb, the tattoo. And you can find that on SoundCloud. You can find that
Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, everywhere.
And it's spelled AMBAUM.
Yeah, Am Bomb.
Kind of. I thought it was like some kind of play off Atom Bomb.
Oh no, that's fire!
Like, I'm dropping an Am Bomb on these fools.
That's fire. No, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, there you go, double meaning. But yeah, Travis Thompson. I'm happy for you, man. It's very rare for me to see someone like that, like, for one, will admit they've heard my raps and not be embarrassed by it.
But we was on your shit, for real.
But also to, like, see that, like, here's the thing is that, like, being the type of rapper that I am, the main type of fan that I had was underground rappers that were trying to get on that were like really, really bad, you know, and they thought that like following me would somehow help them. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And so to see someone that like started rapping and even if my little scene in LA had some small part to do with it, like that's amazingly flattering to me. Yeah. And I'm so happy.
I'm pretty sure I have like a SoundCloud remix of like Otis Redding.
Wow, that's so crazy.
I swear to God,
that's tight. And you know, so anyway, I'm just glad to see like things starting to pop for you. I think it's really amazing. And I'm super happy for you.
Thank you. For real. Shit is weird. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's tight.
Thank you, man.
I think you know, just with your attitude and you know, your how happy and joyful your music is, I think that, like, you know, there are bright things coming. So just keep at it. Yeah, most definitely. Tell the people where to find you online.
You can find me at At Travis, the letter X Thompson, so Travis X Thompson, and that's across the board.
THOMPSON.
Yeah, Travis X THOMPSON. Yeah,
and that's
everywhere.
everything.
That's
YouTube
Instagram.
and everything.
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe YouTube's Travis Thompson Music. But if you YouTube Travis Thompson, you Google Travis Thompson, you'll find all of it.
Yeah,
because
and so
ain't no one rapping like that.
Here's a fucking hint to all of you guys out here that are still listening at this point too. If you want to see Macklemore in your city for free, I'll bet you most of the cities that Travis is going to be in, he has an empty guest list.
I don't know nobody, dog.
You don't know anybody. He probably doesn't have anybody in,
I don't know nobody in Nashville. I don't know nobody in South
Omaha
Dakota.
Or wherever
you
the
know
fuck.
what I'm saying?
So if you see Macklemore,
so if you're a fan in that city,
DM him.
Hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
That's the secret. Like, hit the opening act.
I know. It's so funny too, because I always see big artists be like, "Damn me your full name," and everyone's like, "Oh my god, you're the realest," and I'm like, "Yo, he could have just listed him. It's so
empty.
Easy."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's still a good thing to do. You know what I mean? I fuck with it. What's it called? Like letting kids come to the show for free that like tweeted me and shit. Yeah. That's like a fan forever. You know what I'm saying?
Forever.
Getting to meet them and like when they're hype as fuck and it's so tight.
Yeah. So real shit. If you want to see Macklemore and you're listening, or you want to see Travis Thompson and you're listening, and you're in a weird city in the middle of America,
hit me up, dog.
Hit him, because I'm sure he'll let you in.
No, man, thank you for having me. This shit is awesome.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm glad that you came through. I'm glad that we had time. And what are you going to be performing?
Need You.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, my name is Lee. Some of you might know me as Intuition. You can follow me on Twitter at It's Intuition. You can follow my man on the boards making the shit sound buttery. Bench, already knows. At I Am Database, base with 2 S's. You can follow us as a unit at Kinda Neat. YouTube.com/Kinda Neat, where you're just watching for free because we don't make no fucking money off of it, like I told you earlier. Dog. So that said, if you want to support the show at all, hit that Patreon, patreon.com/Kinda Neat. Give us $1 an episode. We don't put out that many episodes anymore, so you ain't going to be wasting that much money, but it does, every little bit does help. Other than that, I think we did what we came to do. That was Travis. I'm Lee, and this was Kinda Neat.